I want to take a few seconds to talk about why George Mason is the right college for me. Now, I want to structure this almost like one of the debate cases that I frequently write, so I'm going to give you 3 reasons. The first is that location. Now, George Mason is really close to Washington, D.C., and that's really important for me because I love the city of D.C., and because I'd like to go in a career with an agency or working for the government, it's really important to me to be close by. Also, with the Metro line connecting D.C. straight to George Mason with less than a 45-minute ride, it's the perfect place to be. Finally, the fact that it's not an urban setting, but it's also not rural, which is kind of like where I've lived for the past 17 years of my life, is also really good for me. I like to feel that you're close to the city, but you're also close to a rural location if you really want to get the best of both worlds. The second issue that I like is that when we're looking at George Mason, it's got the programs that I would love to be in if I want to get into the government positions that I'd like to look at. The program that I really like is the Peace and Conflict Resolution with the 3 different levels. I'd love to work with the international level because, personally, I like to either work in law between an international organization in the United States or the person-to-person conflict resolution, which would also be good for me as an attorney working for the United States with prosecution, or even so just giving me a background inside of an agency. The second big thing about the programs is professors that work there, professors that know their fields, and not because they've studied them in the classroom, but because they've experienced them in real life. That's really important to me because experience is one of the few things that I know can help someone learn how to actually become better. And having an experienced individual is something that really matters to me that the other colleges just don't have in this situation. So, finally, when we're all looking at this, we also see the campus life. For me, having a well laid out campus life is really important, and George Mason has that. When I visited George Mason back in May, I saw that it was a really interesting place to live. Not only was the location beautiful, it was already 70 degrees, which is unheard of in Florida right now, but it also was just laid out well, with the library close by, with its connection inside of the campus bookstore, but also we also see things like just restaurants, places for people to hang out and have a good time. And those are my 3 reasons. Thanks for listening.